Film is a booming global industry. It takes our craving for stories and makes them visual, makes them accessible, and we're able to see and hear, experience the worlds that are created by storytellers, by screenwriters, filmmakers, and sometimes we may even feel like we see ourselves right there on the screen. I'm Yashika Graham, welcoming you to episode 6 of the Ackee pod right here on Wild Current Studios. And this week we have as our featured guest screenwriter and filmmaker, TV director, Enah Johnscott, and he comes to us from Cameroon. Enah Johnscott's most recent films include The Fisherman's Diary, now streaming on Netflix, and Half Heaven, streaming on Amazon Prime. He is a fellow in the University of Iowa's International Writing Program, and his current film project is Yaje, which centers on a boy with autism. So we're very happy to have Enah with us, offering us another perspective on the work of writers, how worlds are created and made visual in front of us, and what drives his desire to do this kind of work. As always, we invite you to join us on our social media pages right here on the channel, Wild Current Studios, and on our Instagram page at Wild Current Studios. And be sure to share and subscribe. You can also check out all our previous episodes by tuning in to our channel. Welcome to the Ackee pod, interviews with writers.
I am Enah Johnscott. I'm from Cameroon, West Africa. I'm a screenplay writer and a filmmaker, and presently in Iowa for the International Writing Program for Residency 2023.
Why did you choose filmmaking?
Why I choose filmmaking? I chose filmmaking because it's the only air I breathe. I chose filmmaking because it was the only other career that synced with my spirit. Yeah, after university, filmmaking was the only other thing I could do. So that's why I chose filmmaking.
So what does filmmaking allow you to do?
What filmmaking allows me to do, filmmaking allows me to be, first of all, myself, because I grew up to be a creative and a storyteller. So I couldn't only end at telling stories through pages. I wanted to visualize what I wrote in pages. I wanted to correct ills in the society. So I knew filmmaking would be the right path for me to do all of those. So filmmaking to me is a marriage.
What is the importance to you of telling the stories of your people and the life that you live and see around you?
The importance of telling the stories of my people is that, first of all, I expose them to the world. I expose the beautiful side of my community to the world. Like Cameroon. Cameroon, they say, is Africa in miniature. You would not know Cameroon is Africa in miniature except you watch my films and then see the true values, the true tradition, the organic ways of life of Cameroonians. And I think it is a way of blending to other cultures. I want to expose the cultures of Cameroon especially. I want other nations to understand that Cameroon truly is Africa in miniature. And we know films are the only ways of advertising the touristic part of a country. So through my films, I try to at least to show the beautiful side of the nation, the peculiar things that belong only to Cameroon especially. as a country. So that's it.
What do you mean Africa in miniature?
Cameroon is Africa in miniature because everything you find in Africa, Cameroon has it. You want to check on the forest, Cameroon has it. The beauties, Cameroon has it. The waterfalls, Cameroon has it. The mountains, Cameroon has it. So that's why Cameroon is termed African in miniature, because all the beauties found in Africa, you can find them in Cameroon.
What surprises you about filmmaking?
Actually, has some good country. You didn't used to.
The thing that surprises me about filmmaking is the actors of filmmaking. When I say the actors, I don't mean those in front of the screen. I mean everybody that takes part in the filmmaking process. You see some of them come on set with complex issues, but now they have to discard all of those issues and then form one beautiful family to create a magnificent piece. That is a big surprise. What's surprising is how they let go their luggage, their baggages, and then get onto this journey of filmmaking and bring out unbelievable films. That's a bit surprising to me.
And finally, tell us about the films that you've released so far.
The films I released so far, I've released a couple of films. I started filmmaking way back 2007, but I will just enumerate a few. Decoded 2012, My Gallery 2013, Samba TV series 52 episodes 2016, Apple for 2 TV series 26 episodes 2017, Death Road feature film 2018, The Fisherman's Diary feature film that was pre-selected for Oscars 2020, and then I also did Half Heaven that has also been pre-selected for Oscars this year 2022, and then my last film Silent Storm, which is will be premiered in the months ahead. And I'm still working on another project that I will be directing and producing myself. It is titled Ackee, the Boy with the Invisible Tattoo. It is a project that suggests the African perspective on children with autism, because in Africa we generally perceive these children to be witches and wizards, to be a curse, whereas these children have a breach in communication, and most of them, especially those with the savant syndromes, are prodigies and geniuses. So that's the story I'll be telling. It is actually a big project, so right now we are still at the pre-production phase of it, because I'm still mobilizing the right elements for this project. So Ackee, the Boy with the Invisible Tattoo, is what I'm working on.
And just one more. What do you hope, if you hope anything, that people get from the work that you make, from your films?
I think what I hope that people get from the works that I do, from my films that I produce, is especially the message, because I try to do films that is thought-provoking, with thought-provoking messages. I try to do films that would change and better a mind, not just films for the sake of entertainment. Yes, entertainment is important, which is also present in my film, but I try to represent a wealthy minority in my films. That's why The Fisherman's Diary represents girl child education and early marriages, and then Ackee is representing children with autism. So I don't want to leave a wealthy minority out of the picture. We need to socio-economically integrate them in the communities.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts?
About anything about your creative process, or about how you feel about filmmaking, or anything that moves you in the work that you do?
Yeah, how I feel about filmmaking and my process of filmmaking. I look at filmmaking as a spiritual journey. Before being physical, it is first of all spiritual, because we are creators. We need to create stories. We need to transform pages into visual pictures, and these things, if it is not spiritual enough, then it would not translate to another soul. So I look at filmmaking as that spiritual process to impact or impair a soul. So filmmaking to me, like I said, is a marriage. I am Enah Johnscott. I'm from Cameroon. I'm a filmmaker and a screenplay writer. I'm presently here in the United States for the International Writing Program as the sole screenplay writer in the program, IWP for Residency 2023. Filmmaking to me is a beautiful path. I started filmmaking at my teenage age. Immediately I left the university, so I found a stubborn passion that nothing can depart me from it again.
And that's what we've got for you. I want to say big thanks to our featured writer this week, Enah Johnscott, and thanks to you for being our company. And we do invite you to check out our previous episodes right here on the channel, and check out our social media page for excerpts from each episode, and to share your insights and your thoughts about the work of the writers that we feature and the perspectives that they offer. And we'll catch you right here next week, Monday, for another episode. This has been the Ackee Pod, interviews with writers.